Hi everyone, welcome to our weekend vlog. It's been long overdue. These past few months I've been doing a lot of healing of my soul and my body and grieving the loss of my mom. And on these first intro pictures, Richard and I have gone for some really nice walks out at the Lois Hole natural site where you can go hiking. It's really close to our home. It's near Big Lake. You can see Big Lake way in the background there. And this was in the latter part of October. And the lake was just starting to freeze over and it was so quiet. There was no one around except for the geese flying south. And there was even a point, I think you can see there's a duck that's actually stuck in the lake. His feet were actually frozen in the lake. So I guess that's what happens in nature. So yeah, that's what we were doing, and it was very soothing and peaceful. So now we'll get on with the mini clips of this vlog. Enjoy. My husband just brought in some groceries, and so they are contaminated as far as I'm concerned. So we set the bags on the counter. We used to have a table at the front door, but we now have this cool bench. So now we just sit them on the kitchen counter, and that's considered our dirty zone for right now. But I wanted to show you guys what I do for COVID when it comes to my grocery shopping. I don't know if you all do this, but this is what I do. So I'm gonna make my homemade wipes because I've ran out of them. This is some of them, but all you need is a full paper towel roll. This is not a full roll, but it'll be enough. And I'm gonna cut this in half with a bread knife. And then all you need is some disinfectant of your choice that kills germs. So you could use Lysol, Pine Sol, bleach, a bleach water mix, I guess. But I'm just using Pine Sol. So let's get started. I'm just gonna grab the knife and a serrated bread knife. So got my knife, got my paper towels, and I'm just gonna guesstimate where half is on here and just literally saw it in halves. There they are in half. So the end see how it gets a little fuzzy and a little tiny bit on the floor, but big deal. So you put these in a container like so. And then you take your cleaner or disinfectant, and I know Pine Sol kills 99.9% of germs. So you literally you want to soak these. And this Tupperware container I'm using, I find it works fantastic because the lid is sealed so they don't dry out. And this little bit is just drying out, so I'm just going to add them to this and let them soak up. You want all the paper to be wet. And remember, you can always add more disinfectant. So that's what you do. You let the paper absorb up the disinfectant. Give it a little squeeze. There. Here's another tip. If you want to put these in a pull top, you know how some wipes have a lid and you pull them out? If you want to do that, after these are quite soaked, remove this piece out of the middle. Comes out really easily. And then start on your first piece. It'll pull out here like that. And put them in that and keep pulling them out like regular wipes. They work fantastic, you guys. I haven't bought wipes since this whole COVID pandemic began. So let's take those out. And there you have instant disinfectant wipes. So now I'm going to show you what I do with my groceries. So this is the dirty area. I deem it dirty for now. It's not really dirty, but contaminated is better. So I'm going to pull out this meat, place it in the sink. And what you're cleaning on these things is where people would be handling them in the store, which is the outer coating. We are not disinfecting the hamburger with Pine Sol because that wouldn't make any sense. So I've got my wipes here, and what I simply do is wipe anywhere somebody would have touched this. There. And I don't rinse it off either. Found a clean spot right here that hasn't been touched. And I just carry on that way, cleaning and disinfecting the groceries. And this way, you don't have to worry if you've designated one contaminated spot and one clean spot, then you're cooking with gas, as they say. He is our designated. We also have a designated person who goes to the grocery store. And the minute he comes in the house from work, he goes immediately to our downstairs bathroom and takes, you can probably hear the water, takes a really good shower even before he says hello to me. He deposits the groceries on the front steps and then goes and gets decontaminated. So I'm just going to continue with these. So once I have a bag like this, I turn it inside out because nobody's touched the inside of the bag because they were brand new. And I just carry on with the rest of the groceries. Here is the area that had all the groceries that was contaminated. So now I take those wipes and I decontaminate that whole area. And then I just dispose of this wipe into the container I was talking about from Tupperware. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, this is what I use for my wipes. I've been using them since the beginning of COVID. And it really keeps them moist and they don't dry out as long as you remember to do the lid up. It is freezing cold here. It is October, end of October, and it's Indy's birthday. And you know what? We've had a very, very sad month of October. I'm sure some of you already know from Facebook that my mom passed away. And her memorial service was absolutely gorgeous. She would have loved everything about it all. We took her in her urn to her old houses where she lived with my dad, and all of my siblings were there except for one because she is in Seattle and she couldn't come for COVID, so the whole thing was done on video. There, isn't that cute? So Indy's biggest wish is to sleep in Harriet. So me and his mom are planning this little sleepover tonight for him. Come on, Fitzy. And it's all toasty warm in here. So I'm just gonna clean it up. Come on, Fit, come. And I'm gonna clean it up and decorate it for him and get it all ready to go. I've got Indy's 4 here, and then I put some decorations on the door, and then I had my bunting from before over there, and you can see all the little pumpkins and stuff on the windows. So there's some right there, and then when you go in, some orange lights and lots of decorations on the window and paper plates and a pumpkin and not much else to do. And a scary monster is sitting on the couch. Hello? Hello, scary monster. So crazy. And the heater's going, so yeah, we're all good. Don't need much for a little 4-year-old. Richard's just finishing cleaning up. So I'm going in the house and gonna warm up. And hopefully we will spend the night in this trailer tonight. Present. Open your card first.
Oh, this is so good.
Oh, what do you want to open first? That one? Okay.
What is it?
Here, Mommy.
What is it?
Open it up.
Open it,
There you go.
Oh, can you open it?
Yeah, go ahead. Do you want me to help? Here. Let's see what this is. Oh.
Oh.
What does it
No,
look
Andy,
like?
look inside. It's what you've been asking for, Andy.
What is it? Let's open it. Let's see.
I think I want it.
What is it, Indy?
Maybe stethoscope?
Maybe. Let's look and see. You got your own stethoscope. So put it around your neck like a doctor. There you go. And then, look, you have lots of doctors that have blood pressure.
Oh.
So you put it around your arm and go, see if somebody's blood pressure is up. So it goes in here.
Can I check your heartbeat, Mommy?
And you got to put this in your ear so you can hear. I kind of think it works. It's Fisher Price. It probably does. Wow. And there's more. Wait, there's more. Look. Look at all this.
Rapid COVID testing.
I wanted a stethoscope.
I know. So badly. So I am up early this morning because I have a doctor's appointment via telephone with my neurosurgeon. I had brain surgery early May. I think it was May, during COVID, you know, of course. And I also have lupus. So my appointments since May, it is now October, have always been by phone because of COVID. So my doctor's calling me any minute now because my pain has not settled down since the surgery. I have trigeminal neuralgia. I don't know if I mentioned that, but anyway. And that had been my 4th brain surgery. But I am finding that these phone call appointments, it's 8:57 a.m., are so much more easier. I'm still in my pajamas, and I just have to sit here and wait for the doctor to call. I don't have to get dressed. I don't have to go anywhere. So, got my Java here, have my coffee, and just wait for the phone call. So, we'll see what he says. So, I just got off the phone from the neurosurgeon, and he said that he wants me to wait for a little bit longer just to see what's happening on this side because the numbness should subside completely. And because I have it on the left side too, doing a procedure on the left side may assist the pain on the right side. He said there's very little known about bilateral TN, which is what I have. And it's, of all the people that have this disease, which is rare, only 2% have it on both sides. Yay, I won the lottery. So yeah, so I'm just going to wait. And right now, COVID numbers are rising here. And there's also some kind of illegal strike going on at one of the hospitals. So it's just a bit of a mess. So this is not the time you want to be going in having elective surgery. But having said that, if he said if I have another horrible attack like I had right after my mom passed, then to call him. And just we'll see what we can do, if we can add some new medication or whatever to the mix. So yeah, that's that. And I got hot, so I had to take off my cardigan. So it's not often that I get to put makeup on, but I have to go to the bank and do some banking for my mom's estate. That's what they call it. Estate banking, I guess, when you've passed away. So, yeah. And I thought I'd put a little face on, but I know as soon as I put my mask on, it'll be gone. But it is a sure way of telling if your mask is clean or dirty, because once you get home and if you have makeup on, it's filthy. So it's easy to tell this is a dirty mask. But I sure hope people have masks on at the bank, don't you, Richard?
They do.
Always?
The guy always, he's always had a mask on.
Okay, I'm armed and ready to enter the bank. Who would have thought 20 years ago you could enter a bank with a bandana across your face and not be thinking you're a robber?
And they've talked about that so much in the bank.
It's just so funny.
The joke to the banker now is like, oh yeah, you can wear a mask in a bank, yeah.
Like, how do you tell me apart from a robber? Maybe
but it says robber prevention program in place, which means that even though you have your mask on, there is a prevention in place.
Like what?
Don't know.
Guns? I just think it's funny because I could be, give me your money.
No, but they got a prevention.
Well, see you later, Richard.
Okay, see you.
So I did a little Toll House cookie baking today. And the ones that turned out the very best, I picked a dozen. I put them in a bag for our tenant downstairs. He is the nicest young man. And Richard hurt his back, and I think he overheard him saying that his back was sore. And this young man works nights, and he heard Richard up this morning shoveling, got out of bed, and started shoveling the walks for him. He's done stuff like this for us. He's carried stuff, lifted everything. Just, you know, somebody that just goes out of their way just to be a sweetheart, and no expectations. You don't have to ask, would you mind helping me? Which is not his job. He's a tenant. He doesn't have to be our helper person. But even on Indy's birthday, Indy had his birthday in the trailer outside. And so we decorated it all Halloween with orange lights. And so our tenant comes up, he goes, what's going on? And we said, oh, it's Indy's birthday. So he came back later when Indy was there, stuck his head in the trailer and said, happy birthday, big fella. I mean, he's just the most thoughtful. So I baked him some cookies. So when Richard's done on the treadmill, he can go put them on his doorknob downstairs. So yeah, I'm slowly, this is my last bouquet I got from my dear friend for my mom. Look at the little sweet-out roses. Oh, it's so nice. And then there's my mama. And I like having her big picture here, and I don't know when or if I'll ever move it. I don't know, it comforts me to walk by her every day and see her there. And I have read so many books. So many, in fact, that I'm going to be doing a book review of the best books that I've read in 2020. Right now I'm reading this one here. Astoria, the Atlantic Slave Trade. And can you see her image in there? Isn't that a beautiful cover? And it basically, if any of you have read American Dirt, it's got that same, you know, it starts off and then there's all this chaos and violence at the beginning of the book, and it just carries on like that. But it's when the slave traders, the African slave traders, who actually took their, not their own people, but from different tribes and went to the slave trader boats and traded them for different kinds of merchandise. So that's kind of what it's about. And oh, it is so good. I'm only like about 75 pages in. I started it yesterday. So good. So good. But yeah, having a little bit of a close to a whiteout, not a complete one, but I would imagine, suffice to say, if you're in the country and there were no trees, because I've driven that before, it's very scary. There's no trees, like over there. I've driven like that once before and I never want to do it again. It's not that they were slippery, it's just you have no guide, so you kind of have to stay in the middle of a road, and it's a two-way road, so you don't know if you're on the, you know, over the line or something. But anyway, welcome to Canada. The roads aren't bad, are they? Like slippery-wise? Yeah. Oh, they are? Really slippery?
Slippery.
Well, you have winter tires. Oh. Okay then. So they're a little slippy. But you just have to drive smart and safe. So it's 1 a.m. in the morning, and I know you can't really see me, kind of, but I just want to give a little tip to people that have chronic pain. Our bedroom is pretty big, so when I'm having really bad facial pain in the night, I have hang on, I'll show you. When I'm having really bad facial pain in the night, I have a microwave in my bedroom sitting on this little chest of drawers, and I disguise it with a scarf. Nobody really knows it's in here, but it sure saves going downstairs to the kitchen just to heat up a rice bag in the middle of the night. This has been a lifesaver. Finding dirt by that one plant there, and Fitz is very interested over here, so I gave him a little treat today, and I have a feeling he's burying them inside because this is the only dirt. Well, then why is it always dirty here? Like, what do you find over here, Fitz? What is it, buddy? It's so weird. He's always jumping up here. We should probably pinch all these little flowers off because they're all dead. Yeah. And they're taking all the energy. These were coleus plants, and we had them out on our deck, but we know that coleus plants are also indoor plants, so we brought them in before the frost. And then all the flowers died. But there's new growth right there in the middle, you can see it. So I think they'll do well and be able to go back outside again.
Yeah, springtime, they'll be ready.
Yeah. Kitchen looks like some crazy drunk elves just had a party in here, because I'm quickly finishing up the hampers. Look at the hampers I made for my kids. They're just full of cookies and butter tarts and crackers and little presents. These are gluten-free for my grandson, but I forgot to make the sugar cookies, and I'm just doing that right now and putting them in packages. I swear to God, I'm crazy. So let me just get this done real quick. So today I was supposed to we were gonna do an outside big, huge bonfire, social distance, and have everybody come over and get their bake. Look at the mess. Get their baking and everything from us, and we were going to have a wiener roast, but then the Canadian government has stepped down even more. My daughter-in-law has a cold, we hope, and my daughter has a cold, we hope. So they both went for testing yesterday. So we thought, in lieu of all of that, we will not be gathering at all. So the dads are all going to come to the door and pick up whatever. And then we save some baking in the event that we can gather at Christmas. I won't have to rebake stuff. And I always bake the exact same things. One year I tried to be fancy, and I baked all of these cranberry themed cookies. And there was a mutiny at the Christmas table. My entire family, my aunt, my sister, her kids, my nieces, nephews. Mutiny. There was like, don't you ever do that again. This had cookies in it. It was a good little box. Like, don't you ever. Okay, I gotta find the lid to this box here. Get all the food taken care of first. Lord only knows, and a Christmas present arrived today. It's already been cleaned off with wipes. I haven't even had a chance to see who it's for, what it is, because I've just been running around. Oh, here's the lid. I put some things in here. Running around like a chicken with my head cut off to get all of this stuff ready. Leaving those to cool off so the icing is, well, they're pretty hard now. You know, so it's not so gooey like it is in the packaging, but you know what? Who cares? The kids are going to eat it, and they're not going to give one hoot that the cookie is messy. And if they do, well, shame on them. You know what I mean? Oh, we left a cookie over here. Might have to taste it. Mmm. And in my rush, I usually use a cookie cutter and shape them and cut them, and had no time. I just rolled them in a ball, pressed them down, stuck them in the oven. They taste just as good. I'm not kidding. By the miracle of video, I've cleaned up this disaster. Just have to put those away. All the counters are clean, and all the cupboards, if you'll note, have no fingerprints on them because I've used my vinegar wash I use all the time. And these are on my 12 days of Christmas. Do I have family? Guys, I love you guys.
I got it for you.
Oh yes, finally.
Present, it's your pre-Christmas.
Oh, thank you.
I like your outfit.
Can you hold this, Richard?
Do we get a free?
Yeah, you guys get something. Hang on.
Oh my gosh.
First of all, these boots are for Indy. They're beautiful boots.
Thanks, Nana.
You're welcome. They're from Janet, and they're gorgeous. Look at those boots, Indy. Aren't those nice?
Yeah.
And this,
They're all big.
oh wow, this is heavy. Here you go.
Oh, thanks, Nana.
It's got, and Trip, guess what? There's biscuits in there for you.
Yeah.
He loves Papa's
Well,
biscuits.
no, you can have some too, Turner. I mean, Chili.
Chili.
I mean, Chili. Chili. I'm sorry.
Oh, you guys look so.
I'm sorry.
I wish we could hug you guys. I wish we could hug you guys.
could hug you too.
Oh,
We love you.
I love you. I miss you.
Yeah, we can't.
We can't go in. Where did you get that cute coat, Indy?
Daddy.
That is.
Who picked it up? Who picked it up for you? Remember you like giving your love this coat.
Where did he get that from?
Taking him.
Cookie.
It is so cute.
Uh-oh.
It's every one of your favorite cookies in there, guys.
Yeah.
Julie, how did your baking turn out?
Let me hold it if you're gonna do that.
Jules?
Hold it in the car.
Julie, how did your baking turn out?
Didn't do any.
Oh, you did? Oh, good.
Come on, Indo.
I got it. Thanks,
You're welcome.
Thanks, Nana.
You're welcome. Bye. Love you guys.
Have a good Sunday.
You too, and enjoy your goodies. So I'm just got one more hamper to be picked up. This is for Curtis and family, and it's full of every possible Christmas cookie, thumbprints, sugar cookies, shortbread cookies, ginger cookies, butter tarts, fruit cake, candy canes, Christmas crackers. I can't think of what else, but he's coming to pick it up right away. Somebody's here. Hello. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Are you coming to get some goodies? Hang on. Look at all these cookies.
Hello.
Thanks. You're welcome. It's look at me a day. I haven't seen you in so long. I want to hug you so bad.
Hi, Kurt.
Oh, yeah, we can do this. Bump. Look at how tall you're getting.
Oh, my gosh. I like your boots.
Yeah. I miss
Hi,
you
son.
a day.
How are you? Not too bad.
Some of those cookies have your sprinkles on that you like. You know the ones.
this up. I have cookies to drop over this week.
Guys, love you. Can you guys see that amazing trail of smoke going up from the art cabin? It's so inviting to me. So I'm gonna go out there and read. Richard's, he's been juried by the Alberta Art Gallery, and they're putting his work in the Alberta Art Gallery, which is a big, huge deal. So we used to work on finish up some paintings, and it just looks so inviting. So I'm gonna go out there and sit and enjoy the fire. I'm gonna end the vlog here, and it's a whole bunch of mishmash of clips. I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you really, really soon. Bye.